All right, so nothing like starting off the week with your blood boiling. And oh boy. So, Italian judge's decision to clear quick grope sparks outrage. It gets so much worse, trust me. Alright, so an Italian court has cleared a janitor who groped a schoolgirl on the grounds that he did it for just a few seconds and without libelness or lusty intent. Libidinous and lusty intent. In a ruling that has sparked widespread outrage. Because, yeah, seriously, have these people never heard of rape? Rape is not because, oh, I think that chick is hot, so I'm going to rape her. That is not how this works. It's a power play. So why would this be somehow okay just because it wasn't sexual? Just because he wasn't sexually interested in her? Ew! What the hell? Anyway, according to court documents, the girl said the man came behind her, put his hands in her knickers, which for us Americans are pants. And, well, actually, probably panties at this point. And slightly lifted her in the air as she pulled her trousers after walking up a staircase with a friend. Ew. This is just so gross. The incident took place in April last year in Rome at a high school in the Ostiene neighborhood, and the whole thing lasted about 5 to 7 seconds, the judge said in their ruling, as if that should mean anything. The janitor, 66, said he reached for the back of the girl's trousers, holding her up for a few seconds as a joke. Afterwards, he pleaded with the girl to let it pass, telling her, "You will ruin my life. I didn't do anything to you." You grope someone and you don't think you did anything and you're worried about your life being ruined? What the absolute fuck? I mean, I hear this quite often in rape cases. This idea that, oh, you don't want to let's not hold this man accountable even though he did the thing that we know he did, because it'll ruin his life, because who gives a shit about the girl's life, right? It's not like she's valuable or anything. In their verdict, dated July 6th, a panel of judges concluded that the inappropriate gesture was so brief that it left ample doubts on whether it was voluntary. Wait, what? And found the argument that it was in jest convincing. I don't give a fuck if it was done in jest. It still happened. And because it was so quick, it somehow was voluntary on the group. What the hell are they saying? Besides gross things. Andrea Brutoni, a lawyer for the girl, told the fan page news site that the decision would definitely be appealed. This is not the way an old man jokes with a 17-year-old girl. Oh, God. I was kind of hoping that by schoolgirl they meant college. The fact that she's not even 18. At least that's what I think. The girl was quoted as saying by the Corriere della Sera newspaper, in which she said she just turned 18. Ew. And no, that's not the way anyone jokes with a person. Forget the ages. You don't joke with someone like that. I don't think spouses would want to be joked like that. And or any type of significant others would want to have a joke like that. What in the world? The verdict has triggered an online protest with thousands of social media users posting videos of themselves touching intimate body parts with the hashtag 10 seconds and quick grope. The online campaign was started earlier this week by actor and comedian Paolo Camilli, who stars in the White Lotus TV series and says fondling his chest in front of the camera, "If this is not harassment, what is?" That is just, how can anyone say that there's a time limit as to when it's okay to grope someone? I mean, the 5-second rule is only to be used for if food falls on the floor and you pick it up and still eat it. That should be the only 5-second rule. Not, oh, he only groped her for 5 seconds, so it's okay. No, no, it's not. He still touched her intimately, whether he was into it or not, is completely immaterial. You do not touch anyone like that. Men do not touch women like that. Women shouldn't touch women like that. Men shouldn't touch men like that. Women shouldn't touch men like that. You just don't touch them there. Unless the person gives permission, you stay the hell away from that area. I mean, I do not understand in what world these judges live that, oh, it was a joke. I mean, I understand that there are plenty of people who think that Americans have gone too far with the finding everything offensive, but dude, this is not it. I mean, no. No, you're basically screaming that women are not valuable and that their only reason for being is playthings for men, regardless of what kind of role that play takes, whether it's sexual or just, you know, grabbing her like you would a doll, because, nobody gives a crap that they grab a doll a certain way. You just, pick it up however it's lying on the ground. You pick it up, doesn't matter. That is literally not how you treat a human being. I just can't get over just how gross this is. And that I realize Italy is a very Catholic country, but I just don't see how that is justification for shit. So, it's not because they're Catholic. These judges are obviously just misogynistic because, and I don't use that term lightly. I usually use sexist because misogynist is, up there. But yeah, at this point, misogyny. Because how the hell can you justify this? And seriously, I don't care if the janitor was making a joke. The fact that the janitor even thought that this was funny, I do not care how old this girl was. I don't care if she was an adult. I don't care if she was his freaking age. The fact that this man thought that this was a good joke, that it never dawned on him that sexual assault is not something to joke about, definitely explains a lot about him. It definitely tells you everything you need to know about him, and none of it is good. I mean, it never occurred to him that he did a bad thing until he didn't get the reaction he wanted. The fact that he ever thought that a woman would be okay with being groped for as little of amount of time as it was. The fact that he was surprised and was begging her not to make a big deal of this because it could ruin his life. Like I said, it says so much about him, which nothing good. It says that being a man, I should be able to get away with anything because men rule the world and you are just there as an object for me to have fun with, regardless of how that fun is, how you measure that fun, whether it's to joke around or you're sexually attracted to her. It doesn't fucking matter. He basically has told the world that I do not see women as human beings. They are just objects, and the only person's life that matters is the man's. Or maybe he's completely narcissistic and just thinks that only his life matters and nobody else matters at all. I don't know. But this is not a good look for him, and I really wish that they put his name on blast because he's concerned about his life being ruined regardless of how he treats other people. His name should be on blast. People should know his name, especially in this town in Italy, because no woman should go anywhere near him. I hope he loses his job because he sure as hell cannot be trusted around children. I mean, it could be that he can't be trusted around women in general. I highly doubt her age had anything to do with it. So I'm not going to go off and call him a pedo, but at the same time, he still did it. So he definitely should not be working at a job that brings him within any amount of distance with women. I don't know, stick him in a monastery somewhere where he cannot go near a woman because he obviously cannot be trusted with them. If he thinks that this is a legit joke, that there's nothing wrong with what he did, and that he thinks that the woman is overreacting, then yeah, he should not be near women at all. He cannot be trusted with them because he's basically admitted that he doesn't see women as human beings with feelings because what the absolute hell. I would not be surprised if you didn't go to his computer, if he has one, and find out that he watches people like Andrew Tate. This would not surprise me in the least because he's definitely has toxic ideas. Because again, who the hell in their right mind thinks that this is a good joke? So that's number one. This man should go nowhere near a woman ever. He should not ever be intimate with one. He should be for now and forever an incel if he wasn't one already. Women should just make him an incel from this point forward. Like I said, if he isn't already, because if he thinks that this is a good joke, then God only knows what else he thinks is perfectly appropriate to do or say to women. So, yeah. Keep him away from any and all females. And possibly trans women as well. Now, then there are the judges who even gave this ruling, which basically screams that these judges should also, every woman should just make these judges incels. Because what the hell? It's okay to grope women if it's just as a joke and it's quick and there was no intent, no lust. What the absolute hell? How do these judges live? Now, they didn't say if these judges were male or female, because there were more than one judge, but I'm going to guess male. But I guess there are women with extremely weird ideas as to how women should be treated. I'm sure if that happened to them, they would, change their mind really quick. And men should too. Because no woman should do that as a joke to a man. No man should do that as a joke to a man. It's just, it's just so gross that the janitor thought that this was a good joke and seemed to surprised and begging that they're going to ruin his life. So either just by bringing this lawsuit, that would be enough to ruin his life, or on some level he knows that what he did was wrong. But yet he did it anyway. Because he's an idiot? And then the judges are like, yeah, we don't want to ruin this man's life because obviously his life is more valuable than hers. I just cannot understand how this is happening in the year 2023. It's just gross on so many levels. I just do not know how to process this, because this is just, like I said, this is just totally gross on all levels. The janitor, the judges, none of them should be anywhere near women ever again. Because anybody who thinks that women are just objects for their amusement, then yeah, they have guaranteed, they have just told the world that they should not be near women. If they weren't incels before this, they sure as hell should be now. Because what woman would want to touch them after this? It is just beyond gross. And like I said, this would be gross even if she was an adult. But it sounds like she had just turned 18. Or maybe she was 17 at the time that this occurred and turned 18 during the trial. But either way, I don't care what her age was. You do not do this to another human being. It's even worse if that she was 17 and he's 66. But the age should not matter. You do not do this to anybody. I do not care if you're male. I don't care if you're female. You do not do this. This is just so disgusting. And yeah, it just pissed me off when I saw that. I had to do this video. It just, I really, really hope bad things for the janitor and for these judges, because if you deem half the population as nothing more than things for men, you don't belong in society. You really don't. And these judges sure as hell should not be judging shit, because they have just proven that they have zero good judgment on anything. So anyway, I think I've I think I've said everything I could say about this. So I will see you guys in the next video.